It's like you get to go to work with your best friend, and it's exactly how we met, and we became such good friends.
Welcome to Miss Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times a celeb's significant other appeared on their TV shows. Number 10, Jason Ritter, Candy. According to Melanie Linsky, her husband Jason Ritter landed the role of Deputy Denny Reese after she sent the Candy team a photo of him with their daughter. Supposedly, they were drawn to his newly grown out of boredom mustache, as it felt appropriate for the show's setting. Nevertheless, he stars as a mustacheless cop investigating the murder of Betty Gore, played by Linsky. He wasn't the only famous significant other to cameo in this miniseries either.
I'm screwing your husband.
Jessica Biel shared that her husband, Justin Timberlake, was drawn to the script, but as a producer on the series, she told him that they couldn't afford him. Number 9, Mila Kunis, 2.5 Men. The former That 70s Show co-star's journey from friend zone to end zone has been well documented. However, the couple preferred to keep their relationship on the down low, leaving many to speculate over the years.
Vivian.
That's a beautiful name.
Thank you. My parents got it from That 70s Show.
The couple poked fun at the media's interest in their private lives when Kunis appeared in season 11 of the sitcom. Their chemistry is unmissable, and it feels like a snapshot of an average night at the Kutcher-Kunis household. Number 8, Dax Shepard, The Good Place. Dax Shepard and Kristen Bell are no strangers to professional collaborations, often crossing paths on screen. So we were all waiting for Shepard to show up in The Good Place, and when it finally happened, it was devilishly good. He played Chet, a demon from The Bad Place with a morbid speciality. Chet mistakes Chidi for a colleague he worked with 800 years prior. Shepard shines in the role and makes being bad look effortlessly cool. Of course, it's his hilariously cheeky interaction with Belle's Eleanor that stands out.
Damn, you got that good stank.
Thanks. Right back at you, bud.
Number 7, Amy Poehler, Arrested Development. The hilarious comedy actors Amy Poehler and Will Arnett were married for more than a decade. During that time, they cracked up audiences with memorable appearances on each other's shows. Remember when Arnett guest starred on Parks and Rec as Leslie's blind date Chris, an MRI technician who basically predicted that she'd have triplets? Meanwhile, Poehler appeared on 5 episodes of Arrested Development, playing Arnett's character, Job's wife. The two first met in season 1, where a snowballing series of pranks ultimately leads to their nuptials.
Job met a woman one night, and after a series of escalating dares, married her.
Eventually, the seal that bit off Buster's hand comes between them, and they divorce. Number 6, Danielle Ackles, Supernatural. Supernatural loves a good meta trope, so it was only a matter of time before Jared Padalecki and Jensen Ackles would find their real lives and fictional counterparts crossing over. Padalecki met his future wife Genevieve when she took over the recurring role of Ruby in season 4. She later returned for the 6th season, playing a fictionalized version of herself.
Of course, you are the lovely actress who plays Ruby.
Meanwhile, Danielle Ackles joined in season 13 as Sister Jo, a faith healer who makes a deal with Lucifer. According to the actress, who got married to the Supernatural star in 2010, the role was written for her, and she was told to have fun with it. Number 5, Ben Falcone, Gilmore Girls. Melissa McCarthy and Ben Falcone are perhaps one of the funniest couples in Hollywood. Every shared on-screen moment between them is simply unforgettable, to say the least. One such occasion that may have slipped your mind occurred during the 3rd season of Gilmore Girls, while they were still dating.
This is Suki St. James. Hi.
Falcone briefly appears as a lawyer Lorelai and Suki interrogate after Fran, the original owner of the Dragonfly, passes away. It's a short interaction, but gives us just enough to show how perfectly they complement each other's comedic styles. This was the first time they acted on screen together, and as we know, it would be far from their last. Number 4, Nancy Carell, The Office. This comedic power couple met when Nancy took Steve's improv class at the Second City Training Center. She told the Office Ladies podcast that showrunner, Greg Daniels, always knew he wanted her on board in some way.
You look great.
Thanks. Thank you for inviting me.
And, would you believe it, he thought she'd be perfect to play Carol Stills, a real estate agent and love interest to Steve Carell's Michael Scott. Michael and Carol date throughout the 2nd and 3rd seasons, although they ultimately break up. Number 3, Alexis Denisof, David Burtka, and Taran Killam, How I Met Your Mother. We might only have met the titular mother in the season 8 finale, but we did meet some real-life significant others along the way. Alexis Denisof who met his future wife, Alison Hannigan, on the Buffy the Vampire Slayer set, played Robin's skeezy co-anchor, Sandy Rivers. And speaking of Hannigan, remember Scooter? Lily's high school boyfriend who's still in love with her? He's played by Neil Patrick Harris's husband, David Burtka, also SNL alum, and Kobe Smolder's real-life husband, Taron Killam, plays Marshall and Barney's colleague, Gary Blauman.
I will see you walking down the aisle.
Number 2, Megan Mullally, Parks and Recreation. To say that Ron Swanson and Tammy 2 have a turbulent relationship would be a humongous understatement.
I can't resist her.
Ron, you have to. Stay out of this.
Credit to husband and wife, Nick Offerman and Megan Mullally. We imagine that only a couple with such a strong bond and equal wits could make such a dumpster fire relationship so compelling. Number 1, Brad Pitt. Friends. We couldn't talk about significant others' cameos without reminding you of when Courtney Cox's now ex, David Arquette, played Malcolm, Ursula's ex, whom Phoebe falls for. However, Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt were the it couple at the time. He played Will Colbert, Ross's high school friend and co-founder of the I Hate Rachel Club. The role earned him an Emmy nomination, leaving us wondering why he doesn't do more comedy. He's really funny, and his chemistry with everyone, especially Aniston, was off the charts.
Exactly how I imagined it would be.